You're watching Hornbill TV's Prime Time. Former Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina responded to the verdict made against her, calling the decision made by a rigged tribunal established and presided over by an unelected government with no democratic mandate. In a statement of Hasina shared by the Bangladesh Awami League, responding to the verdict, she said the verdicts announced against her have been made by a rigged tribunal established and presided over by an unelected government with no democratic mandate. She accused them of being biased and politically motivated. In their distasteful call for death penalty, they revealed the brazen and murderous intent of extremist figures within the interim government to remove Bangladesh's last elected prime minister and to nullify the Awami League as a political force, she added. She slammed the administration of Yunus and said millions of Bangladeshis toiling under the chaotic, violent and socially regressive administration of Dr. Muhammad Yunus will not be fooled by this attempt to shortchange them of their democratic rights. The Awami League leader, who is currently in exile in India, was tried in absentia. The 78-year-old leader had fled to New Delhi after the fall of her regime in Dhaka. Former diplomats and lawyers of jailed ISKCON priest Chinmoy Krishna Das reacted to the development.
What's your comment on it?
It is very unfortunately ये बहुत ही बुरा हुआ मेरे कंट्री के लिए, मेरे पूरी सोसाइटी के लिए। बांग्लादेश की इतिहास में इतना काला दिन, इतना बुरा दिन और नहीं आया। बांग्लादेश की 18 करोड़ जनता है। 18 crore people are rowing now. They are crying. ये इतना बुरी हुआ कि पूरा जाति आज पूरा देश आज रो रहा है। ये बंगाली के इतिहास में सबसे कलंक के दिन है, सबसे बुरी दिन गया है। ये डेथ सेंटेंस नहीं है, ये पूरा जाति की डेथ कर दिया। ये यूनुस सरकार ने ये जाति को इतना बुरी हालत कर दिया कि इनका हालत क्या हो जाएगा। यूनुस को और यूनुस को गैंग को जो आसिफ नजरुल जो प्रोसिक्यूशन ये जो किया, ये जो साजिश किया, ये साजिश की खिलाफ पूरा बंगाली जनता, पूरा जाति, पूरे बंगाली कौम आज जाग रहा है, आज इसके खिलाफ आवाज उठा रहा है। ये बांग्लादेश की आप कोना-कोना में जाए, आप टेकनाफ से तेतुलिया, सारी दुनिया में, सारी बांग्लादेश में नहीं, सिर्फ मैं अभी जेनेवा ह्यूमन राइट्स कमीशन सामने से बात कर रहा हूँ, जेनेवा हाई कमीशन ऑफ ह्यूमन राइट्स ऑफिस के सामने मैं बात कर रहा हूँ कि इधर जेनेवा में भी जितना ह्यूमन राइट्स एक्टिविटीज, जितना डिप्लोमेट के साथ अभी सुबह मुलाकात हुआ, all the diplomats, all the human rights activities and the international peoples are very denied.
I like to say regarding this incident, because I know Sheikh Hasina very much. I know all the political leaders of the country. But the judgment made by the learned tribunal is not based upon some facts and circumstances of the case. So, my humble submission to the appellate court, to the appellate division or appellate court, to scrutinize the matter, and that should be done immediately, otherwise not.
Another sentence to death, another case. Sheikh Hasina, what do you say, sir?
So, death penalty, in case of death penalty, the lawyer of the accused and the prosecution, there should be a cross-examination. Without cross-examination, without anything, how it is possible? It is not possible at all. That has been done because they are the judge, they are the justice. So they have done it.
How do you see yourself become a lawyer?
Who?
Become a lawyer. How do you see become a lawyer? Yourself become a lawyer.
No, I do not like to become a lawyer of Sheikh Hasina because I am here. So I cannot. There are some other lawyers also.
Thank you.
Unexpected. I think this was expected that this is going to be the final decision that the ICT is going to take. So it doesn't come as a surprise, but in terms of how it has been justified, because you know what Sheikh Hasina has also said, that it is very regrettable, it is very tragic that all these deaths have taken place, but that she had no personal role, no individual role to play in that, in any of that. And she said that there is no evidence that has been presented to the court by you know, the lawyers, by those who have accused her, that she had any individual personal role to play in this. So I think that is what will really need to be seen, and whatever little I've been able to see of the judgment, it also seems, you know, the person who's pronouncing this verdict, he says the evidence seems to be genuine. Now, you know, if there is an evidence you are producing in the court, and if it just seems to be, there is not 110% proof that an individual was involved, you don't give a death penalty to that person. So it does appear to be, to me, to be on rather shaky grounds on the basis of which this verdict has been given. And they say that, you know, it is not these are not artificial intelligence images, etc. But, you know, there is so much more than artificial intelligence that can be done to tamper with any evidence. We know that, you know, technology has moved so fast. So we'll really have to see, we'll have to examine what this verdict is all about. But, you know, coming back to it, I don't think any of this was unexpected.
If you do the second or the last question, India react to this verdict, because there are multiple allegations as well. What should be India's position, I should say, in that?
You see, as far as Sheikh Hasina's asylum and refuge in India is concerned, it's not the first time. We know that when her father was killed and the whole family was assassinated, was butchered in 1975, 15th of August 1975, she was out of the country and she came to India and she sought refuge here. She was here, you know, on an asylum for 6 years. Then also we had given refuge. You know, India's policy has been to give refuge to all those people who are oppressed, who are tormented. And we have seen that, you know, the manner in which the Muhammad Yunus government has been operating since August when he came to power. He's an undeclared, unelected, you know, Prime Minister. And so we would like to wait for free, fair, inclusive elections to be held. And then whatever the government comes and whatever, you know, decision it takes. Because I'm sure that a representative government in Bangladesh would recognize that, you know, having good friendly relations with India is to their own interest. It is in the interest of both the countries. And that is what India has been working on. It is not that India was working specifically with Sheikh Hasina, only with Sheikh Hasina. Sheikh Hasina was the power. She represented power, she represented the government. And that is why we were working with her. And whichever is a regularly elected government, India would work with that particular government. So let a representative government be elected in Bangladesh, and then we will see how to take the matter forward.
We'll take a short break. Keep watching. Welcome back. A book titled Naga Village Formation, Oral History and Archaeology, authored by Dr. Libemo Kitan, was launched today at the 44th Session Conference of Northeast India History Association that was held in Bodoland, Kokrachar, Assam on November 17. The author, Dr. Libemo Kitan, is an associate professor in the Department of History at Mount Tea College, Pokha, Nagaland. The book was formally released by the Speaker of Assam Legislative Assembly, Biswajit Daimari, in the presence of Robiram Narzari, Executive Member of Bodoland Territorial Council, and EIHA officials, renowned professors and hundreds of scholars across the nation. According to the author, the book entails a multidisciplinary approach combining oral history with an archaeological method to determine the historical validity of the Naga migration and settlement. The concept of place making as well as theoretical assemblages have been used to study the formation of Naga village. The book focused on the Lotha Nagas' migration routes and settlement patterns, as well as how various socio-political and economic factors influence traditional village formations. The book foreword is written by Professor Tiatushi Jamir, Department of History and Archaeology, Nagaland University, who is also an executive member, World Archaeological Congress. Opinion of the book is written by Professor Amrendra Kumar Thakur, Professor and former Head Department of History, Northeastern Hill University, Shillong. The book will soon be available for purchase on amazon.co.in.
Thank you so much, Hornbill. Before the book release, I would like to give a small traditional gift to our chief guest and the esteemed members of the dice. Yeah, it's a rare opportunity for me. So, with the permission of the General Secretary Neha, I would like to take 1 minute. I feel extremely fortunate to be a member of the Neha family, and I'm grateful to Neha for allowing me to release my book titled Naga Village Formation, Oral History and Archaeology. My special thanks goes to Professor A.K. Thakur, the former General Secretary, and he's the one who wrote the opinion of my book. And even though he is not here with us today, I must thank Professor Tiatushi Jamir, Nagaland University, who is also the executive member of World Archaeological Congress, for writing the foreword. And I must thank Professor Amina Basa, the General Secretary, and my former teacher at St. Edmund's College, Shillong, back then, for giving me this opportunity. And the title of the book, as I've said, the Naga Village Formation, explores Nagaland's pre-colonial past using a multidisciplinary approach. It is indeed a sort of synthesis of oral history and archaeology to determine the historical validity of the Naga migration and settlement. The book reported the findings of the archaeological excavations at various study sites in Nagaland, and therefore I believe this is the first primal discovery of an old village settlement in Nagaland supported by accurate radiocarbon date of the village formation, ladies and gentlemen. So for this, may I request the Chief Guest, Sri Vishwajit Dai Mari, Honorable Speaker, Assam Legislative Assembly, to take the honor of the book release.
Rashtriya Janata Dal leader Tejasvi Yadav has been elected as the leader of opposition for the Bihar Legislative Assembly. Tejasvi Yadav, who yet again emerged victorious for the Rakhupur constituency, has been selected as the LOP for the second time following Mahagathbandhan's disastrous performance in the Bihar Assembly elections, in which the alliance secured only 35 seats, with RJD winning 25 of them. Opposition's decision to elect Tejasvi Yadav as LOP comes amid the family feud within the former Bihar CM Lalu Yadav's family.
देखिए, राष्ट्रीय जनता दल के सभी प्रत्याशियों की मौजूदगी में, इंक्लूडिंग जो नवनिर्वाचित विधायक भी थे, पहले तो निर्वाचित विधायकों के साथ जो बैठकें हुई, उस बैठक में सब लोगों ने तेजस्वी यादव जी को राष्ट्रीय जनता दल विधायक दल का नेता चुन लिया है। समीक्षा बैठक में स्पष्ट तौर पर राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी ने, पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री श्रीमती राबड़ी देवी जी ने, वरिष्ठ नेताओं ने, जगदानंद सिंह जी ने, उदयेंद्र नारायण चौधरी जी ने, सब लोगों ने अपनी बातें रखी। जो ये जनादेश है उस पर भी राय लोगों ने प्रकट की। चूंकि धरातल पर जो हालात था, उन हालातों से हर कोई बिहार का आदमी अवगत था कि सत्ता प्रतिष्ठान के खिलाफ एक आक्रोश है। बावत भी जनादेश जिस रूप में आया, इसे न बिहार की आवाम हजम कर रही है, न नेता हजम कर रहे हैं, कोई नहीं हजम कर रहा है। लेकिन नेता प्रतिपक्ष तेजस्वी जी ने जो बातें स्पष्ट तौर पर कही उसके बाद सब उन्होंने कहा कि भाई लोकतांत्रिक प्रक्रिया के तहत और किन्हीं लोगों को अगर आप चुनना चाहते हैं तो आप स्वतंत्र हैं, लेकिन सब एक सुर में और यह भी कहा कि पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं से, पार्टी के नेताओं से सब मिलकर करके पार्टी चलती है। किसी प्रकार का पार्टी परिवार सब है, लेकिन कोई अलग से डिफाइन परिवार पार्टी के लिए नहीं है। कोई भी ऐसी हस्तक्षेप।
That's all we have for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.